What did I say? What did I say? I told you lot on the preview that Chelsea are not losing this game. And why? Why? You laughed at me. One word, one reason, vibes. That is exactly why. Chelsea have just beaten the champions, and I want to take a moment's silence before we get into any of this for one man and one man only who truly deserves our most sincere thoughts right now, and that man is Jamie Carragher. Because this team that are just not young, exciting, an attractive project, they've just gone and battered your boys 3-1. Chelsea have absolutely had it off there. And all season, all I've said is, trust me, we're making Champions League football. Well, guess what? Right now, there is about as much as a whisker on this little pathetic chin hair I have that separates us and Newcastle. In fact, can anyone even tell me why they're ahead of us in the table? Because the goal difference is the same. I think the goal's 4 and goals... I've not got a fucking clue. I don't know. I don't care. Chelsea are 5th in the table. And going into that Newcastle match now, how much does that give us a lift? How much belief does that install in us to really, really feel like we can do that and we can go to St James's Park and beat them in that game? And it's in our hands. It is now in our hands. Today I was going into this match and I was thinking, do you know what, right? If we could squeeze a draw here against Liverpool, I'll be bang up for that. I'll be very happy with that if we could squeeze a draw here against Liverpool. It'd be a big ask, but if we could do it, I'd be happy with it, because then it puts us in a position where if we can beat the likes of Newcastle, if we can beat the likes of Nottingham Forest, then we could potentially have it in our hands to qualify for Champions League by hook or by crook, whether or not our form dipped massively in December, but we went one better. I said we weren't getting beat and we fucking won the match. And by the way, I'm going to get into all of it, but before we do that, if you are new around here, this is the Joey Knight podcast. I'm dropping videos all the time that are Chelsea related, so please, if you're not already, smash that subscribe button. About half of you now watch my videos that aren't subscribed. If you're one of them, hit the subscribe. It makes a massive difference. And if you are buzzing about that, then hit the like right now, because this, ladies and gentlemen, could be the start of something special. This is the first time during the Todd Bowley, Blue Co, Clear Lake era that we have beaten one of the big boys. One of the teams that have consistently been finishing above us, have won titles, have won Champions League. Oh no, Arsenal haven't won a Champions League. You can't include them in that. But either way, since Thomas Tuchel was here, we haven't beaten a Man City, an Arsenal, a Liverpool domestically or in the cups. But now, today, we have written the wrong and we have done what so many people probably thought was not even an option before this game. But I had belief and I was fucking right about it, and I am shouting from the rooftops about that. Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. Let's have a look at the team sheet that started this match. And I didn't even need to make a new graphic, because myself and the big dog Josh Aveste both said that this is the team we wanted to field. We didn't predict the team. We said that this would be our preferred starting lineup, with Caicedo as the right back, inverting. So many people when we first started suggesting this were saying, what? Caicedo as a right back? What are you going on about? Well, clearly, you only watched the season at Brighton that got him sold for the best part of 100 million, which I feel awful, once again, to Tony Bloom for. We've got him half price. It's a cut price deal. We got him 50% off. I feel like he's worth 200 mil. And Enzo Fernandez, we get on to speaking about him, but either way, Caicedo there, Trevor Chalobah, a man who should never even be in the thought process when it comes to sales out of this Chelsea side. Levi Colwill, Cucurella, Romeo Lavia, oh my god. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? You are the fucking boy. Enzo Fernandez. Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, who gave us that perfect balance, ran his socks off today. Noni Madueke and Nicholas Jackson leading the line. Now, Enzo Fernandez, within a matter of minutes, opens the scoring. And I've got to tell you, right, it's Romeo Lavia once again, who... We've got to speak about Romeo Lavia here. Like, my thoughts are all over the place. My head's completely gone. But Romeo Lavia coming back into this team is instrumental. It is so important because it makes us tick. It makes things happen. And if this boy can stay fit, if he can stay available, then he can honestly be one of the best players that the Premier League has seen in recent years, because he just is that good. And Enzo Maresca has found a way of getting them on the pitch together. Romeo Lavia puts it forward to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer then finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto swings it back across the box. Now, if Cole Palmer wasn't as spatially aware as he wanted to be, then he could have been in a situation where he tries to toe poke it in himself and get himself on the end of it, and it might have gone in, but it also might not have. But it didn't matter because he knew Enzo was behind him. Enzo takes the touch on the left foot, sweeps it home with the right foot. I'm pretty sure in all comps he's gone above 20 goal involvements this season now. He's fucking having it off, Enzo Fernandez. What a finish and what a way to start the game. And I was worried, right? Because Chelsea did a very similar thing against Man City at the Etihad earlier on this season. We started off lively, we scored straight away, we sat back, we invited pressure, and we almost started to do that a little bit, but I just thought defensively the performance was so good. The clean sheet that we didn't get was deserved here, and all of the goals, brilliant, but defensively, this is where we did so well. Held out until half-time with that 1-0 lead. It was a beautiful goal by Enzo Fernandez that secured that 1-0 lead. And now we'll get on to speaking about that second half, because almost, immediately, I suppose about 10 minutes into the second half, Cole Palmer creates something yet again, right? He runs down the right-hand side, completely does his man, leaves him for dead, drives it across the box into a dangerous area. Now, someone's going to get on the end of it, and that's why Virgil van Dijk needs to clear it. But little tip for you, Virgil. You're a great defender. Right? You're a great defender. You know Harry Maguire, but you're a great defender. But if you're going to clear it, don't hit it straight into your own player, because it comes off Kwanzaa for the own goal. We're 2-0 up. We're sitting pretty. There's waves and waves of Liverpool attacks, but do I care? Not really, because I'm thinking the defending that I'm seeing from Trevor Chalobah, Levi Colwill, Cucurella, who's pocketed Salah so far today, is pretty much phenomenal. And then the 85th minute, Liverpool pull out their trump card, don't they? From the corner, it's Virgil van Dijk. Almost reminiscent in a way of the League Cup final last season under Pochettino. Reminiscent of a way of this season when Virgil van Dijk has scored important goals for the deaf to save Liverpool, but he didn't save them today. We kept resilient, and do you know what it is? I said at that time, just park the bus, put everyone behind the ball, get Jadon Sancho on the ball with his hold-up play and his ball retention and Cole Palmer and whatnot. And actually, we continued with a press. That high press from Moses Caicedo won the ball and won us the penalty. I said Cole Palmer was going bottom left-hand side. He went bottom left-hand side. He beats Alisson 3-1 to Chelsea against Liverpool. I don't think you understand how important this result is. And I'm going to get on to talking about players. I'm going to get on to talking about the manager. But this result is absolutely phenomenal for what Chelsea need going forward now. I've believed for a long time now, right? I'd say going all the way back to the match we lost against Aston Villa. That feels like it's got to be months ago. I've believed that Chelsea have started to turn a corner. And would the progress be what the fans are happy with and what they wanted? Maybe not. No. Would the progress be with what, £1 billion or whatever Carragher will be fucking sprouting tonight, or spitting tonight, I should say, when he talks about Chelsea? No. It might be slow progress. But slow progress is better than no fucking progress. And we have been progressing since that game. And today was the epitome of it. We pressed from the front, we won the ball, we won the penalty, and that therefore won us the match. And that means it's in our hands. I had an argument on the kickoff, right? I said, do you know what? I'd rather the fixtures we've got than to not play any of the teams around us because we've got 6-pointers in there. And the boys, I'm not going to say they laughed at me, but they did say to me, like, come on, you wouldn't rather have to play Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United than Nottingham Forest. I fucking would, because we can take a spot off of Newcastle if we beat them. We can take a spot off of Nottingham Forest, and we can just, put a bit of embarrassment that hasn't been already put there on Man United. And listen, fair play to Man U, because we'll probably see him in the Champions League next season. But I said we were finishing in there, and we fucking are. I am sticking to my word. We are finishing in Champions League spots, my friend. But just quickly, do you need a little bit of grooming, TLC, ahead of a big summer? Beard looking a little bit ratty, or what about a shape up downstairs? My advice is to do what I do each and every time, which is look at my best. And by the way, this doesn't just happen by accident, because I am one of over 12 million men worldwide who use Manscaped. And you could be too by using my code JoeyKnight, all one word. There's a link in the description, and that will get you 20% off your order and free shipping. Now, I've been getting quite a lot of compliments recently, and that is all thanks to the Beard and Balls bundle by Manscaped. And in that bundle, you have got the Beard Hedger, your go-to precise beard trimming tool. We've also got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, which is tasked with taking care of everything below the waist. Now let's get on to the Beard Hedger, which offers you customizable trimming with 20 different settings, so you can adjust your beard length with ease. And it's got skin-safe technology designed to minimize nicks and irritation around your face. But what about the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra? Well, that offers interchangeable foil and trimmer blades, ensuring a smooth and comfortable experience even in those sensitive areas. And with both of these bad boys, you get some serious long-lasting power. 60 minutes of runtime with the Beard Hedger and 75 minutes with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. And not only that, both devices are waterproof, meaning that you can use them in the shower and clean them easily afterwards. And they've got a travel lock, meaning that you can use them comfortable and safely in transit, and it won't drain that battery. Manscaped offers a 30-day money-back guarantee so that you can try the Beard and Balls bundle completely risk-free. So join me in looking as fresh as you possibly can, and use my code JoeyKnight to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Just hit the link in the description and that will take you there. Thank you very much to Manscaped for sponsoring another video. Let's get back into it. Now, let's talk about some of the maestros that made it happen today. Robert Sanchez, how far are we going to go back now to the last time we actually saw him put in a stinker for Chelsea? It was a regular occurrence. It was 2 out of every 3 games he had a bad game, Robert Sanchez. Now I'm rattling my head to even think when he last had a bad game. He looks calm, he looks assured, he comes for balls, he saves shots that, alright, yeah, maybe you could say he should be saving in the first place, but he wasn't saving before, and he's not consistently giving away the ball. And sometimes you have to look at the defence in front of him to say, well, actually, have the defence stepped up a little bit? And I think that having that avenue of Moises Caicedo as the inverted right back is something that really, really helps him out and has helped him out over recent games, right? Caicedo played brilliantly today doing that role. Trevor Chalobah, if anyone ever has a discussion about selling Trevor Chalobah, you're off your nut. You're off your nut. What, sell him to bring in Mark Gahey? Stupid. Trevor Chalobah's a better player. He's a better player than Mark Gahey. I love Mark Gahey. I'd like to have both of them, but he's a better player. And Levi Colwill, a coming-of-age performance from him today. He was so good. Cucurella pocketed the best player in the Premier League today. Enzo Fernandez, great. I'm going to speak about the more attacking players, but there was one man that made it all click, and that is Romeo Lavia. And I had such a hard conversation with Josh Aveste earlier on in this week, where I had to speak to Josh and I had to say that if we are to have Romeo Lavia in the team, there's no drop in Enzo Fernandez at the moment. The creativity that he brings us, the goals and assists that he's been laying on recently. Caicedo is the first name on the team sheet for me, ahead of Cole Palmer even. He is our most important player, right? So to have all three of them on the pitch, you have to make a tough decision. Someone has to come out. That's the truth. And that man is the club captain in Reece James. And I'd have never thought there would be a time when a fully fit and available Reece James would be someone that I would be an advocate for not starting a game. But with this Chelsea side in particular, with this Maresca system, I'm not comparing the two players. I'm not saying, that we're better off with one or better off with the other. But with this system now, I don't think anyone can deny that it needs to be Caicedo as the inverted right back with Romeo Lavia and Enzo Fernandez in that pivot, because Romeo Lavia is a game changer for us. He changes things exponentially. What a word that is for me. And you know what? I wanted to give him man of the match. And you'll have to wait. You'll have to hang on for that man of the match. But I want to speak also about the contribution of Cole Palmer today. Now, apparently Cole Palmer's not a big game player. Apparently Cole Palmer's gone missing. Apparently in these big games he just does not play. Yet he was massively involved in every goal we scored today, scoring one himself, finally breaking his duck. He basically got the assist for the own goal. Let's be honest, if it isn't for Cole Palmer's magic down that right-hand side, that doesn't happen. He was on the left-hand side at one point. He was absolutely phenomenal today, and Cole Palmer now will have the confidence. There's one player in Nicholas Jackson that I would give a 5 out of 10 to. Everyone was an 8 out of 10 or above today. And you'll say, oh, well, what about the mix-up at the corner where Van Dijk scored? No one's fucking perfect, mate. Who cares? Who actually cares? What I care about is the fact that Cole Palmer has delivered on the big stage today, and the fact that these Chelsea fans, there's been complaints about atmosphere and whatnot, and part of me goes, yeah, it could be a little bit better, and part of me goes, well, fucking hell, lads, we ain't given them all that much to cheer about recently, but now things are coming together. Noni Madueke starting over on the left-hand side. I thought he was absolutely brilliant there. I know that he likes it on the right-hand side because he likes to cut in and then get a shot off on his left foot, but I think it was so important that he did start on that left-hand side, not only because he had a great match, but you need Pedro Neto on the right-hand side there, so that if Caicedo does invert, if he sees a ball that he can go and cut out and therefore spring a counter-attack for us, then you've got the legs of Pedro Neto. And when Pedro Neto came in, I was looking at some of the goals he scored, some of the assists he made, how he looked when he first came into the team, and I thought, God, we've got a world-class player here. We've got a wicked player, but I didn't realise what an absolute workhorse we have in Pedro Neto. He covers so much ground. I'd be amazed to see his stats compared to Conor Gallagher's last season, because Conor Gallagher was a man that knew how to cover some ground, and I tell you what, Pedro Neto does the same. And I think defensively he's just as important for us as he is offensively. He won us the match against Fulham with that late winner, and the performance and the shift that he put in today was commendable. Absolutely amazing. Now, Forest, right? They've got to go away tomorrow night with all of the pressure on them, knowing that their form is slipping. It's dodgy of recent. They've got to go away to Selhurst Park, right? Make the trip down to London on a Monday night. The Palace fans are in euphoria at the moment. They're in a cup final. They've just dumped Aston Villa out of the FA Cup with a 3-0 thumping, by the way. And now Forest have to go there, and they don't have to go there and draw. They have to go there and win. They have to go there and get a job done against them now. So, really, when I was looking at the fixtures before and I was thinking, Forests are quite favourable, I don't know, because they've lost a few games in there now. Newcastle falling short to Brighton. Brighton doing us a favour once again. It's just, it was scripted. It was made. And we have to speak about Enzo Maresca, because this is his crowning moment in management. This is Enzo Maresca's crowning moment, and he's won a championship for Leicester, the Championship, second division of English football, for those of you who don't know. But it's his crowning moment as a manager. Beating Liverpool is not something that Enzo Maresca has done. And the way we did it, look, I know we didn't get the clean sheet, man, but you can't deny that defensively we were great today. I thought that every man has their head held so high today after that performance. And it leads me on to man of the match. It's so hard. It's so hard. As I say, Nicholas Jackson was maybe a 5 out of 10 today, but every other player on the field today did so well. So well. And it's really hard to give a man of the match. When I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at the likes of Trevor Chalobah and I'm thinking it could be him. Caicedo, it almost goes a little bit... well, never boring for me, but a little bit boring sometimes because you could give him man of the match week in, week out. Enzo Fernandez stepping up in a big game, you could give him man of the match. And also, when I look at the likes of Caicedo, right, and Enzo Fernandez, let's not pretend that, you know, when we went to Anfield, they didn't get run over a little bit in that midfield. And today they bossed it. And Romeo Lavia had a huge part to play with that. And there's such a big part of me that, despite him coming off in the 75th minute, wants to give Romeo Lavia man of the match. I haven't looked at his stats. I haven't looked at Jules 1, tackle success rate, anything like that. But I know that man is the reason why we tick. And to say that about a 21-year-old is mental. It's mental. I honestly believe that next season, if we can keep him fit and available, he could be the best player in the Premier League. I think he could be our Rodri. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. And the difference, the fact I mentioned Rodri there, right? When you take him out of the Man City side, you see how things sort of go. I honestly believe that when you take Romeo Lavia out of the Chelsea side, things are so different. Without Romeo Lavia and Caicedo, fuck knows. Do you know what I mean? But either way, I've got to give it to Cole Palmer. There was a stat that came up and... there were there were where he ranked for so many different categories today, and he was first for everything. But I just think Cole Palmer's had a tough time of things recently, and I think that we call him Cold Palmer for a reason. That's because up here, he stays cold. He stays cool, calm, collective, and he doesn't let the hype get to him. And he's had people saying, one season wonder and stuff like that, even though his stats are fucking better than anyone's you've ever seen in their second season. Like, who have you ever seen come pretty much from an academy, alright? He had scored a couple of goals for Man City, but pretty much from academy to... be in not only what he done in his first season, but in his second season, and then to have people, because he's gone, 10 games or so, 13 games, whatever it was, without a goal, 10, 11 games without a goal or an assist, to have people going, it's one season wonder. He's probably fucking playing with an injury the whole time. Do you know what I mean? Probably still is now, but he turned up today. He turned up big time. And without him, we don't win that game. Without so many of them, we don't win that game. It's so hard to single anyone out, but I've got to give it to Cole Palmer. And as I say, Enzo Maresca needs to build on this. He came under so much criticism, and who from? Everyone, including myself. So I'm not trying to be an angel here. I'll hold my hands up here happily. But he came under so much criticism for maybe selections in the Conference League. Have we gone too strong there when we need to be focusing on the likes of a Fulham, on the likes of a Liverpool, and these teams that we've been facing in the league? And have we looked at the Conference League and thought that that's more important than finishing in the Champions League spots? But we've done it. We're through to the Conference League final. We've just beaten Liverpool. If we play anything like that against Real Betis or Fiorentina, if they can come back, it doesn't matter because we'll win by 2 or 3 goals. And now I'm looking at the rest of the season and I am confident. I'm very confident that we go on and we get a job done here. We get over the line. I don't know whether it's 5th. I don't know whether it's 4th. I don't know whether it's 3rd. But I don't care. We're going to get over the line. We're going to get Champions League football next season. And this Chelsea side are going to be back where we belong. Arsenal, you've never even won the Champions League. You have no right to be in there. Chelsea, we have Champions League heritage. And that is why we're going to be there. And why? I'll remind you why. On vibes. On vibes alone, my friends. The fans at Stamford Bridge today. Listen, I can't have a drink. I'm a couple weeks out from a fight. Not even now. I'm about 10 days out. But sink 'em. Sink 'em for me. Let the beers flow because we deserve it. We've had a shit time, man, since Roman Abramovich left. And this is the happiest moment I've had as a Chelsea fan. It's the happiest moment I've had personally in a long time. Things have been a bit shit, to be honest, in my life. And this has been fucking unreal today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, people. I love you all so much. Up the fucking Chelsea. I'll see you all in the next one.